going on YouTube? Back with another one. A little bit of a different load. I don't think I've ever showed. I think I've done one video on these before. I haven't done one in a while. Figure I'll do another one because these are different kinds of trailers I'm hauling. We are hauling trailers. We have 2 goosenecks, 4 dumps, 2 goosenecks. One of them is a dump bed. Then 4 pull behind dump beds, and then a utility trailer. Pretty easy load, weighs about 35,000 pounds. We're up here in South Dakota. Already got a load booked tomorrow. Got 2 stops, and then I reload and going back up to North Dakota. So it's gonna be a quick unload, hopefully a quick unload in the morning. After this video, I'm gonna pull all the straps off so that in the morning they can just start. They don't have to wait on me. But we'll go through my securement, and I'll show the way I do my straps, why I do my straps that way, and we'll go from there. So let's check it out. So here's the load. I got 2 up front. Then I've got a stack of 3 and another stack of, or basically this is one large gooseneck here on the bottom. Excuse the sun, it's really sunny out. One large gooseneck on the bottom, that's the gooseneck dump body, utility up top, and 2 more dump bodies in the back. So the way they do it is they load these with a overhead crane. They put chains there, one there, and I said on the other side, pick it up and do one tray at a time. All these blocks are nailed together, and they put blocks underneath the axles on the bed. And then right there they built the tires, and I put some blocks, and they just set down, and they make little blocks up top, nail them all together, and then they go as far as, they make blocks for each trailer, blocks for right there, blocks here, they make blocks right there for that neck, and then I believe there's a block underneath the neck up there to protect the body underneath it, and then they also put like blocks right here so the axles don't sag anymore, they stay put. Now you see they're all nailed together, so on and so forth. So every trailer load is different. On these particular trailers, they like for you to throw the straps over the top. And what they do is I don't know if you can see it, but right there is a 2x4. And what they do is they measure a 2x4 the same width as a trailer. They put a block underneath it so the 2x4 cannot, or I think it's a 2x6, cannot go side to side, stays put. Your strap goes over top of that. That way you can't squish the trailer together like this, and when you pull down, that board spreads the pressure out so you don't damage the side of the trailer. Now on the front, because that neck sticks up a little bit, they didn't put a board there. So what I do when cases like that happens, I take a 2-inch strap, and this is a stake pocket right there. I hook the strap straight to that stake pocket down, of course, put a half twist and put my ratchet there, and I do the same thing. There's another one right there. Now on the other trailers that we do, that I haul, when they're all utility trailers are small, that's all I do is I have 4 2-inch straps per stack. You'll have maybe a stack of 5, 4 high, 5 high, whatever, and I put a strap on each corner, the very top trailer strap it down, so you have 4 straps per stack, and the trailer absolutely do not go anywhere. Now, something I do a little bit different is, even though of course, as you can see, I put half twist on all my straps. Even though these straps do not move in the wind, these trailers do have a little bit of give where they do move a little bit. So what will happen is your straps will touch this paint, and it will rub the paint back down to bare metal. So what I do is I've got edge protector here, and everywhere my straps touch or may touch, I put an edge protector. So that way the strap will rub against the edge protector and not the trailer. So it protects the paint, it protects my straps, and it just makes the customer happy that it shows that you put time and effort to protect their investments, their purchases. Where we are right now is a trailer sales place. So all these trailers, from what I've been told, have already been sold. So the customers are gonna be coming getting these trailers here pretty soon. They've been calling me all day, wanting to know where I was, because I guess they have one customer coming tomorrow that's supposed to be picking up this gooseneck here. I guess he's been patiently waiting, so he's looking forward to coming get his trailer. But as you see me, it's pretty easy load. I put 3 straps over each stack. Or this one, you know, of course this one has 4 because I put 2 independent 2 inches on the back, but basically same concept. Haven't had, I've had maybe 1 click off a couple of straps, but other than that, the straps have not come loose. They've not loosened up. I've never had to tighten them up. Sorry about that, son. Let me try and show you another thing. So another thing that you do is you always gotta watch your straps, especially on trailers. So like here, I wanted to strap on the very back because I want to make sure I put pressure on the back because I have wood here. Wood there and then wood here. So I want to make sure I have pressure at the very end. When I stow my straps, I try to put a strap at the end of the stack, in the middle, and in the front, so you put even pressure throughout the whole stack. So right here, if you weren't watching, this bar here was touching this strap. So I have these for these little rubber mats I have here, and I shoved it between here, and it protected my strap. Also protected the paint. So also protect the paint of the trailer. Also protect my straps, and the same thing on this side as well. So it protects the paint, it protects my strap, and see more of my my agitators on this side. And it's just stuff that I've learned over time as I've done more and more loads. And I've, you know, we're all about customer service, so I try to make sure I do the best I can to protect their equipment. You know, this is a lot of money sitting here on this trailer that they've purchased, and they don't want, the last thing they want is have these trailers come in and have paint rubbed off and everything else. So I try my best to do the best I can to protect their stuff, protect my stuff, and just make it a better experience for everybody else. So that's why I do it the way I do. You can buy, I used to carry, and I've used them all up, as I used to carry, I made padding out of saran wrap and bubble wrap, and made little plattings that I'd put behind each strap. Over time, you know, I've lost them, or they've flown off the load because I'll have a slight big gap and the wind catches it, and it's all it takes to fly because they don't weigh nothing. So I found these agitators work a lot better. It does take me a little bit more time. I mean, I could easily have just on these straps and been gone in 10 minutes, but I try to take my time to go through here and make sure every strap that I feel like it's coming close to touching or it's going to touch, I always put an agitator there. The shippers seem to really like that. They really appreciate that, especially this customer. Big Tex is another customer that I've hauled for. They really enjoy that I do that. So this is something that, you know, I really take a lot of time and I pride and do what I do. So that's the way I do it. You don't have to do it that way, but I've always said it works best. You know, just like I said, it protects your straps, it protects their paint. You know, and even if you do still leave a mark there, they can't. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to secure these trailers somehow. You have to strap them down. So they have to understand sometimes there has to be a give. That sometimes you can't do the best. You can do the best you can, but it's got to be secured. You're going to run the paint somewhere. But the way I see it, as even if, like, you know, behind, let's say behind this one, it still rubs a little bit on the paint and they see it. At the end of the day, if they do get upset with me, I'm saying, look, I took all the necessary steps I could to do the best I could to protect your paint. At the end of the day, if you still see a smudge that you don't like, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I've done the best I can. You know, this is the best I can do with it, and so on and so forth. So that's the way I try to do it. And that's the mentality I have. That's the way I try. You know, I just try to do the best I can, and I take all the necessary steps that they can at least say, okay, this may have happened, but the driver did everything he could in his power to protect our stuff. You know, so on and so forth. So that's the way I do it. I mean, like I said, it's a really easy load. Always, like, for instance, this is why I always preach half twist. When loads this tall, and if the straps move from the wind, you could damage the paint. These agitators, if the strap even moves a little bit, you lose the pressure off these agitators. The wind's going to catch up because it's just plastic. It's going to fly off, and that's it. So always put half twist. These straps have not moved. They didn't move not one bit in the wind, and that's all because of half twists. Half twists are very, very important, especially on tall loads. You always put a half twist. I always preach half twist. When I trained at Prime, that's what I used to drive for when I first started driving a few years ago, 6-7 years ago. Always preached half twist, always. So you always do half twist, you know. But this is how I do it. You know, like, biggest thing I can do when you come to do a trailer is always try to protect the paint as best you can wherever your straps are going to touch. Like I said, I do edge protectors. You don't have to do edge protectors, but at least try to put something behind your strap to protect the paint. Always, always, always put half twist, always, no matter what. And just, that's it, you know. And in some trailers, you can also, you know, if these were a lot taller, or if it was like a taller stack of smaller trailers or such, I'll secure the very bottom trailer so that the bottom trailer does not move, because that's your foundation. But with trailers like these, my biggest thing is I watch how they build their stacks of lumber for the trailers. At PJ Trailer, they took a lot of time. That was most of the reason it took so long to get loaded, is they really take time to build these stacks of wood to put the trailers on. When I watched that, I then knew that they'd really take the time to stack it. I watched every stack they put on. I watched how they stacked it. You know, I watched everything. So I felt comfortable with riding, just putting straps over the top, and it hasn't moved the whole 900-something miles it took me to get up here. And I was through a lot of bumpy roads, coming up, avoiding roads that was flooded, coming up through U.S. back roads, so it was a lot of bumpy roads, but it worked out great. But like I said, this is the load, pretty easy, self-explanatory. Like I said, half twists, edge protectors on all your straps, protect the paint, and that's about it. I appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button, subscribe button if you like. Any comments, suggestions, don't hesitate to leave them behind. I'll read all my comments, and any remarks or questions or suggestions, I really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next load. And I think we're picking up a load that I've never hauled before on the next one, so that should be pretty exciting. I'll make a video about how I secured that one. But like I said, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next run. See ya.